Once a highly sought-after receiver from Dallas, Mike Davis chose to play for Mack Brown and the Longhorns and earned the nickname Magic, which he proudly named his son. Little Magic's dad finished his career at Texas 4th all-time in receiving yards. After a brief stint playing professionally, Mike Davis discovered his calling was giving back to youth.
I got so many gifts, and I'm a giving person.
Magic Mike is delivering his gift of training Austin area football talents.
When did you realize, you know what, I can help these younger generation athletes reach a new level? When did that happen?
To be honest, I think ever since my senior year in college, going to my rookie year, that always been a passion for me, just helping others, period, whether it's football or just life, period, because I just feel like I've been through so much my whole life. I feel like God put me on this earth other than just to play football or play basketball.
Davis trains young receivers to reach their potential as he did as a pass catcher for the Longhorns, one of which is perhaps the best high school receiver in the country. Lake Travis Cavalier, Garrett Wilson.
And then once I got to meet him, he had done all the things that I wanted to do. He had been one of the top players in the country. He had played at Texas.
Quite frankly, Wilson and Magic Mike are similar in many ways. Both passed the eye test as on-the-field talents, and both currently share similar receiving stats as a high school receiver. But Wilson will surpass Davis statistically after this upcoming football season. Another similarity?
I was a real good basketball player. I was a basketball first, but I was really good on the football field. But I think as of right now, me going to my senior year, Garrett, he's more athletic than I was as a junior, senior going to high school. Even though I can jump and all that stuff too, but I was probably faster. But everything else, he got everything else. It's crazy that I can see him like a younger me, on the court or on the field. So it's just always good to see something like that happen. Actually watch it instead of being the one that's being watched. It did pretty good, man.
Davis's goal is to maximize talents like Wilson.
Wilson is wide open!
And Wilson values this relationship.
It's not just one day. I can get with Mike. Anytime I want to. If I gotta text him, if I gotta call him, I know he's gonna be there for me. I know we're gonna be able to get to the field. An hour later. So, that's huge to work on your skills all the time.
Additional development for a guy who comes from a championship pedigree in Hank Carter's program at Lake Travis.
We come here and we win a lot, but if we don't win a state championship, then it wasn't enough. We won 14 games, 13 games last year, and we're still hungry for more wins. We feel like we had a bad season. So, when you have people like that around you that are always pushing you to get better, no matter what your name is, no matter what offers you got, it keeps you grounded, it keeps you humble, and makes you want to keep working.
Nowadays, you got to have something extra. You got to look a little different. You got to be a little bit more advanced than the next person or the next receiver. So therefore, it's always good to have somebody like myself that actually done been through all this stuff, done did it all, done got to the top level I can reach, to be able to give back, and you can learn from me. Because I'm not gonna tell you nothing wrong. I didn't accomplish everything in my life just by waking up. I had to do extra stuff on my own when I didn't have nobody like myself.
Is he always this attentive to everything that you have to say?
For the most part, he be a sponge. Garrett, he a sponge to everything. Because he want to learn, he want to know more. You can never not learn more. It's always more to learn. Even today, just about life. Period. I'm learning more. It's always something. I learned something from my son, and he only 1 year old. So it's always somebody to learn from, and it's always more to learn from somebody, especially when they've been in your shoes before.
I feel like I got a lot of good people around me that want me to keep getting better and to never be satisfied. So when you have people like that around you, it makes it easy.
But there was a small difference of opinion when Wilson committed to Ohio State back in April.
He could have went to Bethune-Cookman. I don't care. I just want him to go somewhere and ball, keep his head down, keep his nose clean. And fulfill his dreams, But, of course, I was pretty mad. I want him to stay here in Austin, and probably go rub my number and go ball out in it, whatever. But at the end of the day, he made his own decision. And I told him, I never pressured him, hey, go here, make the best decision for you. Wherever you feel at home at, go do it. And when you get there, have no regrets and leave it past you, and work your butt off. So I'm just happy for him at the end of the day.
I mean, getting the commitment out of the way, that's just the next step, and I know I got to get better to get ready to play at Ohio State, so that's my mentality now.
The future Buckeye receiving additional training from a Longhorn. Sean Clinch, KVU Sports.